What's up, everybody? Uncle Mike here. I know it's been a minute and I'm terribly sorry, but man, I've just had a lot going on. And my company's part of the storm cleanup, and I got a new promotion, and I'm just trying to keep all my work focus going, because that, first and foremost, that's what funds my racing. So that obviously comes first. But I was doing some testing. Well, we were supposed to have that race in Georgia. The hurricane was coming, so they canceled the race. Well, a bunch of us decided to go to Orlando and test. We were thinking about just doing our own little shootout. So I was there and I wanted to try something. Well, it didn't work. I hurt the motor and thought I had all the parts that I needed to fix it. I didn't, so I had to order some. So now I'm busy as hell at work. I don't know if I'm going to get my motor done for the Orlando Street Nationals or not. I got invited to Troy Jr.'s race. Obviously, I am not going to make that next weekend. But didn't hurt the motor terrible, but the motor has been together for quite a while, so I decided when I tore it down and pulled it out of the car and tore it down and stuff, that I was just gonna put all new parts in it, freshen it all the way back up 100%. The motor has been a really good motor. I did melt 2 pistons. No big deal. I had some spare pistons, but I'd rather just it was together for 5 years. I've ran it for a couple years. Not a lot of passes on it. I mean, there's probably maybe 40 passes on the whole motor since new. But when the motor sat, and I'll show y'all in a minute, when the motor sat for that 5 years, there's some rusting in the tops and the bottoms of the cylinder wall, which I imagine wherever the rod and the piston were in the block before I started it, I imagine there was a little bit of surface rust there. Well, what that did was, the motor's always huffed a little bit, and I always thought, well, maybe it rusted the ring or something. So long story short, when I took it apart, I could tell that the cylinders were mirrored like they were polished. So I imagine that rust in the cylinders and on the rings was like sandpaper or whatever, and it polished it right up, like they're mirrored. You can't see no cross hatchings in the cylinders or anything. So that was my first thing. So I got to get the block over and have it honed and stuff. And then while I was thinking about that, I was like, you know, I might as well just put new springs on it, because I did try to go out there and turn it over as much as possible, but there was times that I forgot for a while, or I wasn't near the motor for a while, and I don't know if there's some weak valve springs on there or not. Even though they were new, they're not designed to sit closed all the time, because my springs have like 1,110 pounds of seat pressure all the way closed. So the valves that were all the way closed, they were smushed. So that's not good. You should try to rotate the motor. I did as much as I could. I never really had any problems with the motor as far as that. So like I said, all the bearings in the motor still look brand new, except for the one where the piston got melted. It looked like it took a little beating on on the rod bearing, so I'm going to check that out when I take the block to the machine shop. But basically what I got to do now is just, I need to pull the crank out of it, pull the cam out of it, get it all ready to go to the machine shop, because it needs to go to the machine shop and have the cylinders honed. And Bullfrog Performance here in Zephyrhills, he's got one of them 5-axis CNC machines that'll hone the cylinder, and it'll make it exactly round from the top to the bottom. So I'm gonna take it up there and let him take care of that for me. I got new valve springs for the head. They did come in, so I'm gonna go ahead and change them out and just relap the valves, make sure all the seats are clean and all that stuff. I got a lot of money in this motor, and I don't want to mess it up by being cheap, I guess is what you would call it, or just trying to patch it up. Save that stuff for if I'm at a race and I get a piston or something, I can just patch it up. But I'm one that has learned over the years, patch jobs don't last that long, and it costs you more money in the long run. So I'm gonna grab the camera and I'll show you, well, I can show you some of the parts. This right here is the piston. Burned a big old hole in her. So that was, I believe that was number 8. And what I did notice though, the tune-up on this motor has been really good, because with my small block, I can move these rings really easy. I mean, they're a little dirty from sitting, but these pistons don't have they weren't smushed or anything like so. So the tune-up on that thing has been really good. Normally when I had my small block, it would mash, and all the pistons, they're all good still. I wanted to do something, and Corey was kind of against it. Like this one got a little hot from what I tried, and Corey wasn't there with me. I was by myself, and here's the other piston. It started getting it right there. So, and as you can see, you look at the bearings. They're like brand new in the motor. So it's a very well-built engine. Chris Seidel, he's a bad mamma jamma. But like I said, I wanted to try something. Corey was against it. He wanted to be there if I did some stuff like that. But I told him, I say, man, it's just testing, you know? So I learned the lesson. Probably should listen to him more often when he tells me not to do stupid stuff. But I lived and learned. I know what I tried. I think it'll work, but I need to do a few things a little different, because the motor, it was happy, but when it shifted, then that's when when it got unhappy. So, but let me show you this here. Hold on. So this is the motor, and you really can't see in there, but you can see how this rust is here? Well, there's rust like that at the bottom of the cylinders too. You really can't see it. But this little bit of surface rust was probably everywhere. Like if the piston was not all the way up, it was probably rusted down to here. You know what I'm saying? So, long story short, I need to clean the cylinders up, mic them, make sure they'll still fit, because I already have I had all the pistons. So like I said, I need to, if I have to, I got to pop these sleeves out and put another set of sleeves in it. But everything in the motor looks good, so I'm real happy about this whole entire engine and what it's done and how fast it's been and stuff. So we're gonna go from there. I'm gonna try and get the rest of it pulled apart so I can get it to the machine shop. So these are the heads. Didn't hurt the heads at all. They're all still good. Nothing wrong with them. This is also going to give me an opportunity, and I'm probably going to start on it this week. I'm going to clean all this firewall up, clean my wiring up a little more now that the motor's out of my way. But I think I'm going to pressure wash and sand all this and clean all this up in here, because after, I think it's the 3rd week of November, the car I'm sending out to a buddy of mine that reached out to me, and he's gonna paint the entire car and do all the body work and fix it and really make it nice. So I'm excited about that. So yeah, we're just basically sitting here collecting dust at the moment. But I'm gonna get this motor apart and we'll go from there. I'll try to shoot some videos of us doing the machine work and putting it back together. Once again, I'm sorry for being distant. It's not that I wanted to be distant, it's just like I said earlier in the video, my company's part of the cleanup. We've had loaders running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, pushing and clearing the streets so Floridians can get out and about. And we've been running 24 hours a day up in St. Pete at the landfill. I got 2 shifts running there. So along with doing our regular work, I've been buried up and trying to do everything I can. But it's tough, but that's what I get paid for. So first and foremost, my job. But I'm looking forward to getting the car back together. We got some good racing weather coming up here in Florida and around these lower states. So I'm excited about that. Hopefully we can get out there and mix it up with them guys. I hope everybody was safe through the storm, and I know some people out there lost everything. Some people are flooded. Some people have trees down everywhere. Trust me, I've seen it all in the past couple weeks. My heart goes out to you guys and hope that you guys get a full recovery and everything gets better for you. Don't really have a lot to say. I'm kind of tired, but thanks for sticking with me. Even though I haven't been on much, I will try to do better. Just had a lot of stuff come up at once. Thought we were gonna start kicking out more videos and doing more racing and stuff, but I'm hoping I can get this thing back together and we can go run Orlando Street Nationals, but it's not looking like it. We might have to run the Snowbirds or some of them other races, and it is what it is. But thanks for following me. Thanks for likes. Please share. I still want to try and grow this thing, and all I can say is I'm gonna try to get better at it. You know, I don't know what else to do right now. So thanks for everything. Uncle Mike out.